Hey, it's David here. It's been a while since I've been on the video, on the YouTube, on the intranets, and all that other jazz. Uh, what's been up? What have I been up to? The boys are in football. My oldest is in 11 and 12s, and it's first year of an 11 and 12s. And the way it works is that he gets lots of playing time in the second year, very little the first year, which obviously I don't really agree with. I believe that at this level of development, at that age, that kids should be playing a lot more and a lot frequently, and um, shouldn't be all about winning. But maybe at that one level, it can be a little bit more about winning. My youngest son is finishing his last year of developmental in the 7 and 8s. And my youngest boy, they're 5 and 2, with their last game of the season, regular season, against undefeated team, as a D team that hopefully well, anyway, regardless, they're in the playoffs and they're going to, anyway, so long story short, my youngest son is in. My oldest son, their playoff game is this weekend because they're only 3 and 4, and the best they can do is finish 4 and 4. So I think I don't even know if I've even filmed since they've been in football. So last time you seen me, I didn't have this on either, right? So I'm growing out my winter bear mode, I guess, or tiger look, as I like to call it, or like I should say, I like to call it, but other people like to call it. One of my favorite all-time quotes, by the way, happens to be by Bruce Lee, and I have it on my wall in front of me, so I'm going to read from it. But it says, "Empty your mind, be formless, shapeless like water," and then you can read the rest of it beyond that. So basically, what it says is, if you put water in a cup, it becomes the cup. If you put water in a tea kettle, it becomes a tea kettle. You know, water can basically form into the object, or it can come out and crash. So, and Bruce Lee goes on to say, "Be water, my friend." What does that mean? And it means you need to be open to the information that's in front of you and sort through things that are good and stuff that is bad. And as you get more advanced in your training, and you get more advanced in your ability as a trader, you're going to start learning what works and what doesn't work. You're going to pretty much throw out the dirty stuff, the dishwater that doesn't work, and you're going to keep all the clean water that does work. So in this case, you know, being formless, being shapeless, being just like water. So keeping that clean, pure water that leads to profits and gain and all the good things in life that you want, right? So it's been an interesting year as far as this year being 2014. The crude oil market has been just absolutely insane since the professionals came back in the market around, I would say, the last week of August, the first week of September, up until now, driving the crude oil market down into the 80 range. And Lord only knows where we're going to go right now. I never project and predict. I should say I do project where I believe the market will be. I mean, for instance, my spreadsheet here that I use. Oh, by the way, I'm working on an article about the numbers 3, 6, and 9. The numbers 3, the number 6, and the number 9. 9, right? One less. I had 8, but 9. So, and if you think about the other thing of that, you have the 11, and then you have the 12. You know, you have the 12 apostles, you have 11, you have 9, 8 plus 1 is 9. I mean, the number of 9, everywhere you look, you start seeing 9s and 3s and 6s. And you look at the intricacies of life, and you look at a honeycomb, for instance, and it's 6-sided, the shape that you have. You look at a spider, and you look down really deep down into it. You look at an ant, and you look really deep down. You see at the molecular level the shapes, the 3s, the 6, the 9s, and they repeat themselves over and over and over. I do believe in intelligent design. I do believe in an ultimate creator. I do believe in a God. Now, whether he is the God that the Bible represents, I mean, I'm not going to get in that discussion. That's not for me to decide. In the afterlife, we're going to find out once and for all. When this life is over, either there is an afterlife or there is not. This is a big place that we live in. I mean, the world, the universe, is a very immense place. And the more that you start understanding how big and how vast the universe is, you start figuring out how ultimately, infinitesimally small you are in relation to that, right? It's just, the Bible talks about being like a child. If you come in the world and you don't let, basically what it says by that is not to allow the world to influence your viewpoints. You need to come in the world. You need to come into the kingdom like a child, the child that has faith, the child that trusts, the child that believes and has faith. And as you get older, you start your barriers get knocked down, and all that trust that you had in the beginning, your dad and your mom, Superman that they were before, all of a sudden they're not the Iron Man that they were. As you get older, you start understanding that there's errors and there's omissions and there's the general rule, and then obviously there's all the exceptions, right? But as a trader, what is our goal? What is our overall goal as a trader? And it's to, at the moment of the trade, to know exactly where you're getting in, but more importantly, where you're getting out. When you hit that click of this mouse, or your mouse, wherever your mouse is, when you click, you should automatically know where your exit is for that door. So knowing your plan ahead of time, when I look at my spreadsheet, I have my plan in front of me. I know where my profit targets are. I know where my stop losses are. I believe where I believe the range is going to be on any given day. And I go into a whole second spreadsheet of it too, So to me, this is just the culmination of 25 plus years of being a trader in the market. I mean, give me this right here. I don't need the charts in front of me. All I need to know is kind of what the volume is going in and the general direction of the market, like in the, and I'll know where I want to be in the market. So I don't know if that makes sense to you, but there's a lot to be said about being in tune with what's going on, and knowing how far a market can reach, knowing how far a market can go as far as it wants to go in any given day. It can go to zero, right? Obviously, if it wanted to, but within the given reason, that's where I believe that the more I understand the concept of the 3, the 6, the 9, and start thinking about Gann, and you start thinking about Nikola Tesla. One of the articles in one of the neat things I'm actually working on the side here is I'm putting a correlation in between what the Tesla and the Gann connection is. There really is a connection between the two, and it's kind of, it's like a subliminal type of thing that you look at, and as I got older, the more I start seeing things, and the more of the clear light, and at some part you think, wow, this is just insanity. But on the other side of it, it's complete clarity as well. So to understand the market, no one's ever going to master the market. You can never master the market. But to understand the three, well, I'm going to call 3 V's right now, and I wrote them down there. Velocity, volatility, and volume. Those are the 3 V's that think about the flying V formation, or the flex bone formation in football. You got the 3 V's in the market. You got the velocity of the market. Let me turn this music off, because honestly, I don't like this song that's in the background. So you have the velocity of the market, you have the volatility of the market, and you have a volume, the volume of the market as well. So low volume market, if you're in a low volume market, that is letting you know that that's kind of a whipsaw type of of area that really, honestly, you don't want to be in. So you want to try to stay away from a market that has low volume, right? So you want high volume, average volume, above average volume. You want to really be in the above average to high volume area when you make in your trades. And there can be, in any given day, there can be volume inside the given day. There might be a dead time inside that trading day, but in any given day, there can be average volume to extreme volume inside that trading day. So knowing and positioning yourself in a place that you can make and take profit of that. And that's where the other two keys of that come in. The velocity of the market. How fast is this market moving? And how quick is it moving? The volatility. I mean, if you look at a tick chart, for instance, and you're looking against that tick charts against a minute chart, or let's say, for instance, a 5-minute bar chart or a 5-minute candlestick against a period of time that's 5 minutes in duration in tick charts. Now, they might, both of them, form a bar chart in the same period of time, right? 5 minutes here could be also a 5-minute tick chart. That can happen. But what also can happen is a 5-minute tick chart can also form a 5-minute bar chart or candlestick chart. So it's a 5-minute chart, open, high, low, close chart. And you're just looking at a 5-minute time frame. You can, on the other side, in that 5 minutes, you could have 100 bars that have formed in a tick chart, right? So it could be and that means velocity and volatility is in the market, right? Well, excuse me, the volatility is in the market, not really the velocity, because we don't know what's going on in the market. But usually when you have a long range of bars and you're looking at a time frame, so for 5 minutes in the same 5-minute bar chart, and you have 100 bars that form in the same 5 minutes that form that 5-minute bar chart, you know that volatility is in the market, and most likely the velocity is also in the market as well. So those, as you get older, that's what you're looking for. As a trader, that is what you're hunting for. You're hunting for the market that's starting to move. It's starting to create opportunity, because when opportunity is there, your risk to reward ratio is a lot better. So if you can get yourself positioned on the right side of the market, which is understanding trends, understanding and forming trend lines, understanding formations and charts, all that is extremely important. But understanding where you are in relation to their daily range is important. I think one of the most important things that you can obviously know. How far can a market go in any given day? For instance, one of the things that I believe in wholeheartedly, just because of backtesting and trading, is that I know what I call an 8P. If a market reaches 8P in any given day, so for me that means 8P, that means a range of, let's say 30 ticks is 1P. So if I would say 30 times 8, that's 240 ticks, right? So if a market would reach 240 ticks in any given day, I believe that market more than likely will go from 8P to 10P. So that's an extra 90 ticks the market's going to run because it reached 8P. The 8P market's going to run an extra 3 on top of it. So it's going to run another 60 to 90 ticks on that market. Now, the problem with that is that you can jump the market and get in too early and form the losses, or you can wait, like I did yesterday, and capture 60, I think it was 65 ticks in a matter of minutes. So know when the velocity is in the market. Know when the volatility is in the market, and know when the volume has come in. Yesterday was a perfect example of looking at volume and seeing lots of volume kick in, a lot of buy stops being run, and a lot of opportunity to get in and sell short and just drive the market and basically go with the winning side, right? Move with the side that's moving the market. Get on the side of the insiders, the ones that are actually generating the market movement. Now, whether they want the market to go lower or higher, I don't care. I'm just looking to hitch a ride in any given day and get my profit out of the trade and then move on to the next day. As a day trader, I think that's the best way to approach the market. I hope you got something good out of this. This is David, Tiger Knight, over and out. Roger, and God bless you, everyone, and take care. We'll see you on the next video. I decide to give some more wisdom and info out. Bye.